next is planning promotes innovative ideas. Planning promotes innovative ideas means planning gives us direction as well as pre-planned way, explain us how to do the work in an innovative way, how to perform the activities in the best way. So planning provides us direction as well as planning promotes innovative ideas. See, you have to learn 2 P's. Promotes innovative ideas means planning helps us to think better. So when we think better, when we think in advance, we have better ideas to perform. See, you want to make one project for class 12 for your practical exams. So if you make the projects prior in advance, then you will have better ideas, innovative ideas, creative ideas, how to perform your work in a better way. So planning provides you innovative ideas, better ideas, creative ideas, and your work will be, naturally your performance will be better. See, if you do any work without planning, there will be no innovation, no creativity. So if you want that your performance will be excellent, you have to make plans. Like you want to perform in class 12 boards as well as for class 12 practicals. You are preparing now, means you are preparing in advance. So when we make the plans in advance, when we think about the future prior, see, if you will do any work at 11th hour, that will not be give you better results. Like I am giving you example from your life. You want to give birthday party on your birthday. So first you think venue, menu, means where you will give the party, what will be the menu, what are the list of friends. Same, if you will make the plans prior, your performance will be better. You will do in a great way. There will be innovative and creative ideas and your party will be great. So this is the importance of the planning, that if you think in advance, your performance will be better. Then, so just now I explain you P2. P2 R2. First 2P. Planning provides direction. Planning promotes innovative ideas. Now next, planning reduces the risk factor, or planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. If you plan in a proper way, there will be less risk of uncertainty. We cannot eliminate the uncertainty, but we can minimize the risk of uncertainty. By proper planning, we can reduce the risk. See, like if you want to go to Delhi or to some other place for summer holidays, now it is not possible, but so when you go, if you want to go, first you book the tickets, you book the hotel, so there will be less risk of uncertainty. So same that planning requires everywhere. See, in business world, first they make the plans, what will be the demand in future, what will be the market condition, what will be the strategy of competitors. First they make the plans, then accordingly they perform their work. So the planning helps in reduces the risk of uncertainty. See, future is uncertain. We cannot predict the future. Just now you can see on 22nd March, we thought only for few days. Janta curfew or the lockdown is for few days. Now it is going on continuously. So future is uncertain. But by the proper planning, we can reduce the risk. See how we can do the proper planning. Just now, if you want to escape from COVID, wear the mask, sanitize yourself, social distancing. These are the plans. We are doing the planning, we are making the plans, but the risk we cannot eliminate. Risk can be minimized with the proper planning. Same in business world, means economic world, politics, social life, everywhere we can reduce the risk factor or the risk of uncertainty by the proper planning. Make the plan properly. As I told you yesterday, plans purposefully. Prepare plan for future in a better way will be reduces the risk factor. Then next are planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Planning reduces. See, I am giving you keyword 2P, 2R, EF. Now R reduces the risk of uncertainty. Then next, planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. How you can say planning reduces the overlapping and wasteful activities? See, in your school also you get the timetable. Timetable is a type of plan. So when you get the timetable, no teacher, 2 or more teachers will come in a single period, because if we have proper planning, we can reduce the activities, overlapping activities, as well as we can reduce the wasteful activities. See, by proper planning, in the business world, in students' life, I am giving you one example, like top level management makes the plan in a proper way, so there will be no repetition of work. Just now I told you, overlapping means repetition of work. Repetition of work will not be there if we will do the proper planning. Wasteful activities will not be there. Wasteful activities means the activities which are not giving you good results. So wasteful activities can also be minimized with the help of proper planning. Then next, F. Planning facilitates decision making. Yesterday I explained you, planning helps in better decision making. We can take better decision or choose the better option among various alternatives. So planning helps us to take better decision, or planning facilitates decision making. So F, then last E. Planning establishes standard for controlling. Yesterday I told you planning is the first function, controlling is the last function, and planning and controlling are interrelated and interdependent and interconnected. So planning establishes standard for controlling, means planning helps us in better controlling. See, without planning you cannot control. Controlling function cannot be performed. And without proper controlling, planning will be failed. So both are interrelated, but for controlling, first we have to make the proper plans. That's why planning establishes standard for controlling, means planning helps in controlling function. So that's why we can say both are interrelated. So today's topic is importance of planning, P2, R2, EF, and I am sure you all must agree that the planned performance will be better than unplanned performance. And we know that planning has importance in daily life also. See, if you perform any activity without planning, maybe there are chances of failures. But if you perform the work with proper planned way, there will be less chances of failures. As just now I told you, planning reduces the risk factor. We cannot minimize the risk factor, but we can reduces the risk factor. So planning helps us in reducing the risk factor, because as just now I told you, future is uncertain. That's why planning is necessary. Now, as I told you yesterday, commencement and conclusion will be effective. So for commencement of the answer means initial stage, you have to write some quotation of planning. One quotation you can write. If you fail to plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. What does it mean? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Means planning has importance. If you are not making good plans, maybe there are chances of failure. So, for better results, better performance, we always make plans properly, positively, as I told you yesterday. Now, importance of planning, 6 points are there. You should write the points in this way as given in the NCERT. First point, planning provides direction. Learn P. Provides direction. Where to go, what to do, how to do. Yesterday I told you planning bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to go. So planning provides us direction. Planning promotes innovative ideas, creative ideas, better ideas. Your performance will be better by the proper planning. Then planning reduces the risk factor. The risk factor will be minimized. We cannot eliminate the risk factor, but we can minimize the risk factor with the proper planning. Then planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Repetition of work will not be there. Wasteful activities will be minimized. The next, planning facilitates decision making. With the help of planning, we can select the best alternative among various options, various alternatives. So planning requires everywhere. You can see in your daily life, with the help of proper planning, you can take better decisions. Now, last, planning establishes standard for controlling. Standard for controlling means planning helps us in doing controlling function. Without planning, we cannot perform controlling. So for controlling, planning is necessary, as well as for planning, controlling is necessary. That's why we can say planning and controlling are twin sisters. Twin sisters because both are required. For planning, controlling is necessary, as well as for controlling, planning is necessary. Now, I am going to explain you the next topic, that is limitations, or you can say disadvantages of planning. Disadvantages of planning means there are some limitations of planning, but in my opinion, always remember that planned performance will be better than unplanned. So here I am going to explain you this topic, limitations of planning, and please note down one key word. Okay, so in 5 to 6 lines you can summarize the chapters of business studies. As yesterday I told you, there are vast course and there are many chapters and you have to learn many things. So what to do? Make some keywords. Yesterday I gave you P, A, B, C, D, E, F for features of planning. What keyword I gave you? Good. P, A, B, C, D, E, F. P means pervasive. A. Planning helps in achieving goals. B. Planning is a basic function. C. Planning is a continuous process. D. Planning helps in decision making. E. Planning establishes controlling. Then next, planning is futuristic. Same here. Today I am going to give you another keyword for importance of planning. P2, R2, EF. P. Planning provides direction. P. Planning promotes innovative, better and creative ideas. R. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. R. Planning reduces the overlapping and wasteful activities. Overlapping means repetition of work. So with the help of proper planning, like if you want to make project for class 12 CBSE, if you make the project, start the project by proper planning, then your performance will be innovative and creative, as well as there will be no wasteful activities. See, if you start the project without planning, then maybe that will be cancelled. Maybe that will be wrong. That's why wasteful activities means the activities which are not productive, which will not give you fruitful results. That's why we can say planning reduces the wasteful activities. Then next, okay, I am giving you more examples just now. Wasteful activities and overlapping. So planning helps us to make better decisions. So at the end, I am telling you, always remember that plans are necessary and planning is always helpful for everyone, everywhere, at every time. See, planning provides us direction where to go, how to do that, any work. Then planning promotes innovative and better ideas. Planning reduces the risk factor, risk of uncertainty. Then planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. The next, planning facilitates decision making. You can take better decisions with the help of proper planning. Then last, planning establishes standard for controlling. It means planning helps us to take better decisions. Planning helps us to make proper controlling. As yesterday I told you, planning and controlling are interrelated. So for better controlling, you have to make better plans. So planning and controlling both are interrelated and interconnected terms. Interdependent also. Without planning you cannot control, and without controlling you cannot make the plans. That's why planning and controlling are twin sisters. Both the functions are dependent on each other. If you are not making proper plans, controlling is not possible. So same here, just now I explained you importance of planning, advantages of planning, and at the end you will write, yes, in our daily life we can see the importance of planning. Planning is necessary, planning required by everyone, and you will write, if you fail the plan to make the plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It means if you are unable to make the proper planning, unable to do the proper planning, maybe there will be chances of failures. So that's why planning is necessary, compulsory, required by all, necessary for all. It is pervasive, Pervasive means it is required at top, middle, operational, everywhere. Okay. Good morning all of you. In class 12 Business Studies Chapter 4, in continuation, I am explaining you today limitations of planning. Limitations of planning, or you can say drawback or disadvantages of planning. See, everything has two faces. A coin also has two faces. And everything has two faces, same here. Today I am going to explain you drawbacks of planning. See, planning is the first function of management, and if there is some problem in planning, the other functions may not give you the same effect. That's why planning should be better for smooth and organized performance. Effective and efficient working will be possible only if the plan is properly designed. So our today's topic is drawbacks, limitations of planning, and I am giving you very good or accurate way, that is third CD. One keyword I am giving you, third CD. D means planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Dynamic environment. Then I, planning involves huge cost. I. R, planning leads to rigidity. Then T, planning is a time consuming process. So dirt. Again I am explaining. D, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. You can underline the keyword. Planning involves huge cost. I. Planning leads to rigidity. Planning is a time consuming process. Then CD. Here CD. C. Planning reduces creativity, and planning does not guarantee success. So one by one I will explain you all the points, and if you want to write, you can write. First we discuss these limitations of planning. First, planning leads to rigidity. Planning once done and the plan put into the action, then there is very little chance to make alteration or changes. Sometimes internal or external factors may change, but the organization is not in position to change accordingly. See, the plans generally decided by top level management, and middle and operational level management has to implement it. So there is no scope to change. So we can say planning is inflexible. Planning leads to rigidity. See, others have to follow the plan only. They cannot change, they cannot modify it. Even the circumstances has been changed, but they are not able to change the given plan. They have to perform accordingly. So planning leads to rigidity. Once the plans form, others have to follow it. So planning leads to rigidity. It is not giving any scope to change it. Then second point, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Dynamic means fast changing environment. Environment is changing very fast, and there is very little scope to change according to it. So there are various factors. We can say our business environment is dynamic in change, and there are various dimensions as triple: economic, social, technological, political and legal environment are there, which affect the decision making of the business. So there are very less scope to change according fast changing environment. Fashion, technology, customers' choice, competitors, many factors are there which affect the business environment. But if we make the plan prior, there will be less chances to modify according fast changing environment. I am giving you one example of Nokia company. Nokia made the plans. Nokia was the famous company of mobile, but they made the plans. They don't think about the competitors. Samsung and other companies enter into the market and they capture the market. So that time Nokia faced huge loss. So planning may not work in a dynamic environment. The plans made properly but unable to perform according to the situation. Then we can say planning reduces creativity. Planning tends to introduce rigidity into the functions of the organization. When the managers and others become concerned with the observance of plans, policies, rules, etc., so there will be less scope of innovation and creativity. Plans are made by top level management and implemented by other levels of management. So same here, they cannot give their opinion. They cannot change in the plans. Plans formed by top level management in some other conditions, but implemented by others in other conditions. So there will be less scope of innovation and creativity. So it is, the workers cannot give their opinion and suggestions, they cannot respond to changes in the environment, and it is very difficult to introduce some new things, some new innovations, some new creativity. So planning, in my opinion, we cannot make the very long-term plans. Short-term plans, it is useful, we can introduce, we can show our creativity, innovations, etc. Then fourth point, planning involves huge cost. Planning is a thinking process and it consumes lot of time. The cost is incurred in the making plans which are directly proportionate to time span, as well as it is a costly process because we require some professionals, some research work, some team work. So it is a costly process, we can say. It involves lot of cost, paperwork, time efforts. So many times the planning will not be effective and efficient. The next, planning is time consuming. Planning is a time consuming process. It involves collection of data, organizing of data, analyzing in the light of the organization. So we can say we try to find out the best plan to make the better decision, but it is time consuming process. We spend lot of time in making plans, so there will be less chances, less scope for implementation. So we can say at the time of emergency and crisis, quick decisions are needed by the organization. So that time planning may be the reason for delay in action, and we cannot change the plans according to the environment, according to the change condition. So planning is a time consuming process. It requires a lot of time before implementation, because we have to select the best alternative among various available alternatives. So when we select the best alternative, naturally it will take time. We have various alternatives and we have to select the best. In planning, the main function is to select the best option. So it will take time. It is a time consuming process. You cannot take decision in a one day. Then planning does not guarantee success, my dear. Planning minimizes the risk factor, but planning cannot eliminate the risk factor and uncertainty. Future is uncertain. We are making plans for future, but the planning does not guarantee us success. The success of any organization is possible if the plans are properly designed, properly implemented. If the plans are properly implemented, we can make the plans according to the condition. But if the plans are not properly transformed into the action, plans are not properly made, then it is meaningless. Management usually have to tendency to rely on the plans which are previously tried and tested. But it is not always true. External and internal factors are there that may be the reason of failure of plan. So, external reasons which are not under the control of business, like natural calamities, political condition, legal condition, customers' choice and preference, change in fashion, change in technology. These are external, beyond the control of business. And internal, there will be problem in management, problem with workers. So the planning does not guarantee success. It gives us the assurance, but maybe there will be some chances of failures also. So despite of many limitations, still I am saying that planning is not an useless exercise. Always planned performance are better than unplanned performance. So we can say we always make the plans in a proper way, implement in a better way. As I told you, plans purpose, prepare positively and perform persistently.